I mean, just look at the aesthetic of LM Studio in this update. It looks absolutely amazing. LM Studio just came out with a huge update, so let's go ahead and dive into what they are and take a look at them. Just last week, LM Studio came out with this huge update. It's been a little while since we've had one, so let's take a look at what they did. And just a reminder of what LM Studio has, or what it is, it's just a desktop application that runs entirely offline and no telemetry. All right, they have a simple chat interface which has been improved. You can search and download models easily, has a local server with OpenAI like endpoints, and you can manage your local models and configurations very easily. Well, let's start off chatting with your documents. LM Studio now comes with built-in functionality where we can provide a set of documents to the model and ask questions about them. And if it's too long, this is basically just RAG. And then they just have tips on how to provide a more successful response back from the model. And I'll show you an example of this in the actual software. And then recently, OpenAI announced a JSON schema-based API that gives us basically more reliable JSON outputs. Now, LM Studio also supports this with any local model. And they said they have a code snippet, which I'll show you inside the app. One that may not be quite as important, but I just generally like for the aesthetic of LM Studio is you can choose different themes for LM Studio. And I'll show you how these look. And next they have automatic load parameters, but we can also customize them. And basically what this is, whenever you load models based on your machine, what they can do now is automatically have the parameters so they can be the best for your machine. The next one I believe is really interesting is serving on the network, right? They have this new toggle serve on network, which I'll show you. But basically if you turn this on, this means you could use LM Studio Server from other devices on the network. Now we already have the ability to load and serve multiple LLMs at the same time. So this could be huge for what you want to do on your local host. The next one is a kind of nice to have where you can have folders. You can create folders in your chats just to kind of organize things a little bit better. Now, LM Studio has had a regenerate feature similar to what ChatGPT is, right? But now if you click on it, it keeps the previous message generations and you can easily just kind of paginate between them with the right and left arrow. Similar to how ChatGPT is doing it now, LM Studio just kind of updated it for that as well. And here when they say basically how to migrate your chats from the previous version to the newest version of LM Studio, they just kind of start off with the blank chat interface, meaning you don't have chats in there, but they didn't go away. There is a way to actually migrate your chats from a previous version to the new ones, and I'll show you where that is. Okay, so if you are upgrading from a previous version or you have never even used LM Studio before, either way, what you have to do is you have to go to lmstudio.ai and then download the latest version for your machine. Because if you just do the update through LM Studio, I don't know why, but when I tried it, I didn't get all of the UI updates. So I actually just had to download the newest one. And then whenever I ran that, then I got the actual updates. So just make sure you do that here. And you can just go to lmstudio.ai. Okay, now whenever you open up LM Studio, if you have used this before, this UI is going to be very different, but I absolutely love this, okay? So now we have like smaller icons, well, better, I think, aesthetically looking icons on the left-hand side here. But the first one is Discover. They kind of have some snippets on what quantization is, what are local LLMs, just to give you a basic idea if you're not quite sure or you're kind of new to this kind of thing. And then what they have in the middle here, this kind of middle pane, are they have like new and noteworthy AI models that you can use to download. So for instance, it automatically selected this intern LM 2.5, which is a 20 billion parameter model. So on the right-hand side here, it kind of gives some more information about it. And at the top right here, they have a model card. So, they're connected to Hugging Face. So if you go here, you can get more information about it on Hugging Face. Now, one thing I do like here is it says likely that this model is too large for my machine, and they are actually correct. So I only have like 8 gigabytes of RAM on my machine. So if I were to download this, this would probably be really slow. For instance, if I go to the Gemma 2 billion parameter model, click download, then at the bottom left here, there is a little download icon, and you're going to see the progress of it downloading so that you can use it for whatever you would like. Now, if we go to the developer tab on the left, and by the way, I love how these are now colored. Before, it didn't look like this, and I didn't really like how the icons looked on the sidebar, but if you go to developer, like I said, you can at the top select a model. And now I have the Gemma 2 billion parameter instruct, and you might not have any, right? If you're downloading one, you won't have as many as I do. But if I were to click this, now it's showing it in the middle pane here, all the loaded models I have. And then, like I said, they had code snippets. So on the right-hand side here, if I went to structured output, which was what they had as an update for the OpenAI's API, if you come down here, you can see that they have a curl command. Well, and if you don't know what curl command is, that's fine. But they have this part right here, this where they have the response type for JSON schema. You would basically just copy this part and then put that into your Python script. If you need any help for these Python scripts or how to integrate this into a local Python script, just let me down in the comments section below and I will respond to you. And as for one of the updates, here it is where it says serve on local network. This means that if this is checked, so if I go and turn this on, now I'm going to expose the local server to devices other than localhost on my network. Now, if we go to settings here, this red gear tab, here are the color themes, right? Under the preferences, you can choose auto, which I'm dark. Here's the classic, theme, which is what it used to be, then light, sepia, and then back to dark. Sepia is different. I don't kind of mind that, but I just prefer dark. And then I mentioned that if you want to migrate your previous chats over to this new interface, you go to settings down here in chat. It says migrate to chat. So you're going to migrate your this version chats. And you just click this and you can go ahead and migrate them here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the new chat, right? So this is the new chat. This looks, I love the way this looks. But first, I want to show you that at the top here, you can actually create a new folder, and let's call this CrewAI because I've been doing stuff with CrewAI lately. I can actually drag and drop this inside this folder. So now I can just have a list of chats and have them separated by folder. So I'm gonna go ahead and load a model. This time I'm going to load the Gemma 2. And what I've done here, I've just uploaded a CrewAI updates PDF file that I created. And I just want to give me a bullet point of these updates. And then here it gave me some of the updates that I have in my PDF. I kind of stopped it early because I was making my machine run slow, but this is amazing. Right now, this is built in to the chat in LM Studio. And what I did is I clicked this regenerate message. So it gave me a different response based on the same prompt. And this is a nice to have feature. And this, like I mentioned, now we can go through the different responses that it gave. And this is now more like ChatGPT's interface and what it gives us. This is just a really nice to have feature. Okay, and now you can also use images with vision models. And how this is done is I downloaded the Lava 1.5, which can be found on the Discover pane right here. It's one of the newer ones. But I went back to chat, created a new one, and now with a vision model, it has this button here, add image. If I were to go to the previous one, it only had where I could attach a file, like a PDF or a docx. But with the vision model, it automatically detects that and knows that I can upload an image now. So I just downloaded a Where's Waldo? And then I'm gonna say, can you find Waldo in this image? And while this is slow on my computer, it's slowly giving me the prompt. Basically, it's not gonna be able to find Waldo. Okay, and that's it for the updates. I hope that you liked them just as much as I did. Now, if you have any questions, again, about any of these updates or maybe a little more in depth, please leave them in the comment section below and I will get back to you. You can join my free newsletter down in the description below. And here I have free AI courses for you. I hope you love LM Studio just as much as I do. And with that said, have a great day and I'll see you next video.